Hello, Keith Rucker here at VintageMachinery.org. Guys, today we're doing a little bit of a shop update. This past weekend, I had advertised on my channel, did a video, basically inviting a bunch of people to come in for a work weekend / open house. I think it was a great success. We didn't have a huge crowd here, but we actually had just the right crowd here to kind of accomplish the work goals that I had. So it really worked out really well. And I did want to kind of give an update on that because that has literally consumed just about all of my time out here in the shop. And as crazy as it sounds, for almost the past 2 weeks. Yes, 2 weeks to do one shop work weekend. Why? Well, first off, my shop was a total mess. I know you guys look at the videos and, I will be the first one to tell you guys that my camera angles and stuff really don't always give an accurate look at what the entire shop looks like as a whole. I kind of, tidy up areas somewhat, really not probably as much as I need to, but the shop was really a mess. It had been probably a year and a half since I had really done a good shop cleaning and gone through and just put stuff up. And I mean, there was hardly a horizontal surface in this shop that was not just covered with stuff that needed to be put up, done something with. And it took me, before the open house work weekend, it took me a good week and a half really just to get that done. And now that's not full-time in the shop. Obviously, as most of you guys know, I do work outside of the shop. I have a job and a career outside of working in the shop. So, that was my evenings, that was my afternoons, that was my weekends, that was pretty much any spare time that I had. I was down here straightening things up, putting things up, cleaning things up, and getting ready for the work weekend. The good news for me is that in the process of that, I did a lot of organization, a lot of taking time, and it wasn't just cleaning up and putting up stuff, but it was taking time to put stuff up where it needed to go. It was a little bit of, reorganizing storage drawers and moving things around and just getting things a little bit better organized. And I cannot tell you guys how important that is in a shop, is to be able to go find what you need when you need it. And when you accumulate a bunch of stuff, a bunch of tools, a bunch of just whatever, it gets really difficult to find things. And I took the time, and it was very much needed time, to just go through the shop and do a lot of that before the crowd came in. Now, on the work weekend itself, I wish that I had all kinds of great video to show you guys of the work that was done. But the truth of the matter is that, again, as most of you know, I'm a one-man shop here, one-man person. I do everything myself with these videos. I'm filming, I'm producing, I'm editing, I'm in front of the camera, I'm behind the camera. I'm doing all of that. So it's not like I have a cameraman that comes in and does the filming for me. I've got it over here on a tripod and I have to move things around. And when I'm filming, I can take the time to, get my shots set up and do things. When I got a shop full of people, it's really difficult for me to film. And that was pretty much the case for both days on the work weekend. I was busy all day long, both days, just running around because people would have questions. They would be working on different projects, working on different things. And, I'm just running from one person to the other, putting out fires, getting things, telling someone how they need to do something or whatever. I did not have the time to shoot video. I actually tried to get my daughter to come over and shoot some videos, for me. At first she told me she could do it, but then she had to back out because she was going out of town this week to go on a mission trip with her church, and some things came up. Anyway, she wasn't able to come do that, so I didn't get any video. But I am going to kind of tell you a little bit about what happened. So first off, we had somewhere between 15 and 18 people here both Saturday and Sunday. We had probably about half of that 15 or so people each day stayed for both days. The other half came either on Saturday or Sunday, depending on what their schedule was. So we had a lot of people coming through. And I tell you what, I was very impressed with everybody that came out because everybody was willing to pitch in and just do whatever needed to be done. Now, on Saturday, our goal was to get all of the publications that I picked up in Pennsylvania recently. I got a whole pallet full of catalogs, manuals, and stuff that we're going to be scanning and putting up on the VintageMachinery.org website. And I needed to get all that stuff kind of organized and go through it. It makes it much easier if I have, all of a company together and trying to pull out duplicates and stuff rather than just kind of going through it randomly. And the way most of that stuff was, is it was just kind of random. It was a little bit of this here and there and yonder. So we had, I think it was about 35 banker boxes full of stuff. We had tables spread out all in the shop. And first thing we did is we went through everything and just sorted it out alphabetically by the manufacturer's name. Once we got that done, we went back through each pile and we sorted, like all the A's got sorted by company. So everything from, company A, company whatever, they were put together. And then we went through each company and tried to find if we had any duplicates with stuff where we put those together in the piles so that as we're going through scanning, I can very easily say, okay, there's 6 of this publication. I only need to scan 1 of them and pull them out and put them over for my guy that's going to do the scanning for me that I got hired right now doing that this summer. There's still another big step that's done after that is that I have to go through that and see what's already up on the website, see what's already been scanned, make sure that it's within the scope of the website. We tried to pull out most of the stuff that was out of scope while we were sorting, but I'm sure there's some stuff in there that's still gonna have to be sorted out there. So there's still a lot of work to be done, but kind of getting things pre-sorted was a huge, huge, huge help. And I'll be honest with you guys, I really thought it was gonna take at least all day long Saturday just to go through those 35 boxes. We had it knocked out pretty much by lunchtime on the first round, which blew me away. I mean, again, many hands make short work, but we got it done. After that, we actually toted down from several places I had boxes stored. I really don't even have a count. It was probably about twice as many boxes that was in the first. This was everything that had already been scanned for the website. But again, it was all in random boxes, and I cannot tell you how many times I've had the need to pull an original publication out, and it was practically an impossible task because it was in this pile of boxes. I mean, there's 50, 60 boxes, and stuff's just randomly in it. So we sorted through all of that. So again, we sorted alphabetically, and then we sorted it by company. We didn't go to the trouble to sort it past that. I really just wanted to be able to have boxes that were marked, this is the A's and the B's, and this is all Cincinnati, and this is all Kearney Trekker in a box, so that if I was looking for something specific, it is at least where I can find it by its letter or something like that, and I only have 1 box to sort through rather than 60 boxes to sort through. And again, I really did not think we were going to get that done on Saturday. I thought we were going to go over into Sunday, and we managed to get all of that sorted by quitting time on Saturday, which was totally awesome. So then I kind of had a bit of a dilemma because I had another whole day people coming in, and I really thought we were going to be sorting both days. So on day 2, on Sunday, I put people to work, and I had multiple projects around here that, again, we just kind of let people do some different things. And I really want to kind of walk you through the shop and show you some of the things that we got accomplished. And first thing you'll note right here is my hydraulic press. When you guys last saw this, I had stripped most of the paint off of it chemically. It still needed to be wire wheeled and, got ready for paint. And you look at it now, those guys, they got this thing, they took it outside. Some of the guys actually worked on this on day 1 while we were sorting in here, but they got this thing completely wire wheeled down. And after that, I went in here and got it all painted. And I've actually got it partially put back together, not completely. So this was painted Vista Green, is that right? No, Verde Green, Rust-Oleum Verde Green hammer tone paint. This is this very similar color to the green that's on a Wilton Vise. I was able to round up some rattle cans. I really like this color, and I went ahead and got this thing painted. And we also on Sunday back behind me over here, here's the hydraulic ram off of that. I don't know if that's in the screen or not. I think it is. Some of the guys, I actually had one of the guys that came in had a lot of hydraulic experience. So we got the cylinder taken apart. I got the piston out, and from that, I've still got some work to do to it. I need to hone that cylinder. There's a few little burrs in there, nothing major at all. I actually have already ordered the new seals for it to rebuild this cylinder. The seals were not in terrible shape, but as long as we got it apart, we're putting new stuff in there. There'll be some videos on this going down the road. This is the piston that's in there. So you got the piston up here that goes down, and this is the ram that actually presses down below. So all the pressure's on the top side of this, and then this guides through some guides to move up and down. So I'm going to replace some of the brass wear strip on this, and there's another brass piece. This is actually going to go on the lathe. Like I said, we'll be doing a video on this down the road and showing that cylinder being rebuilt. Also, while we were working on the press on Saturday, I think it was Saturday, or maybe it was Sunday. I can't remember, one of the 2 days. It must have been on Sunday. I had a gentleman come in that wanted to borrow some scraping tools from me. He works for a business down about 30, 40 miles from here, and they were needing to they were in the process of rebuilding a machine. He had talked to Richard King and was wanting to borrow, and he needed some scraping tools. He kind of knew how to scrape, he just didn't have the tools to do it. And Richard put him in touch with me, and I was going to rent him some of my scraping tools so that they could do that project. He came in, and of course, he's a shop guy. He was interested in everything that we were doing, and got to talking to him. He says, you know what? Down at the shop, we bought a power pack for a hydraulic shear, and when we got it, it was too slow. It was for that particular machine. So we ended up having to buy a different power pack for it. He says, that other power pack's just sitting there. We're not using it. Well, we worked out a deal that instead of him renting my equipment, they're just going to give me the power pack that they're not using and have no use for. Win-win situation all the way around. So I've got a power pack coming from this, so we'll have an electrically powered hydraulic pump to do all that. So I'm really excited about that. The press project is coming along great. Let's show you a couple of the other things that we got accomplished during this little work weekend. So another project that we were able to work on during the event is the 10EE lathe. This is the 10EE lathe that we've been working on the electronics for way too long now, and that I just haven't had the time to finish up. No excuses there, just haven't had time to really knock that out. I'm almost done with it, but not quite. But while we had a bunch of people here, and again, we were needing to get some stuff done, we took this lathe out and got all the paint stripped off of the main castings here. This lathe was looking pretty rough. So a couple of guys worked on this with some wire wheels, and they basically got all the loose paint off of it, got it stripped down to the bare castings, and we got that done on Sunday. Don Hasselbach, who was one of the guys that had come for Saturday and Sunday, he actually had arranged with me ahead of time. He said, listen, you know, if you'd like, I can stay over a couple extra days. So he stayed over Monday and half a day on Tuesday. And he managed on Monday and Tuesday to get a coat of body filler put back on this, filling in the roughness on the castings. Got that sanded out, and we sprayed it with a coat of primer. This is just primer. This is not the finish on there at all. We've still got work to do on this. It still needs another round of some body filler. He got most of it done, but as you guys know that work with body filler on anything, it usually takes several rounds to get it where you want it. So I'm gonna have to go back and do another filling, another sanding, at least one more round, realistically probably a couple more rounds. Each time you do it, it gets smaller and smaller areas that need to be worked on. It's not like the whole machine has to be done. So still got some work to do on that, but really got a big bite taken out of this. So again, really excited about this. This is I think it's going to be a really nice lathe when we get it finished up. It's going to look nice. Mechanically, appears to be in great shape. Once we get the electronics worked on and get a new fresh coat of paint on it, she's going to look great as well as work great. So really excited about that. So 10EE lathe coming along. So another thing I'm really excited about is this whole corner of my shop. We did a major reworking on this, and it really kind of started with these cabinets, these list of cabinets. I actually bought these cabinets. I bought a set of 3 of these a year and a half ago. It was a Facebook Marketplace find. I found these up in North Georgia, got a good deal on them. I went up and got them, but they were in rough shape. They needed to be cleaned up, repainted. Now, I had already gotten one of them done, this one here, but I had 2 more cabinets that had not even been touched. And again, the guys, they took these out there, basically got everything sanded down, did some body work on these, and we've started the process of getting them repainted. I've got a coat on them. We ran out of paint when I started painting them after everybody had left on Sunday. So I've got some more paint ordered. This one's got a little bit of striping on the front, but like I said, we just need to get another coat of paint on these, and I can get these finished up. And they're gonna go up underneath this countertop over here. Now, before this area back here, I kind of had a counter from about here to here. I had the workbench up under, or the cabinet up underneath it. I had some other stuff up underneath this one. But my plan was with these smaller cabinets was to get them up underneath the counter and extend this countertop down, have some more bench space, as well as some more of this. You can't have too many drawers in a shop. And these Lista cabinets are really, really awesome for storing heavy stuff in, and they're very industrial grade. So this was kind of a project that I took on Monday and Tuesday when Don was here. I came in here and basically, took out everything that was over here, took everything off of these benches. We replaced the tops on this one because the top I had on there was a little bit too thin. I needed to extend it out. There were some things I needed to do. So we replaced the countertop. I built the wooden frame for everything. And we've got a place that these 2 cabinets will fit up underneath. We're going to take these casters off the bottom, and they will fit right in here, just like this cabinet here did. And I've got them where they're it's made to fit, so they're going to fit perfectly in there. Like I said, I've still got to do a little bit of painting on these, get the drawer pulls put back on it. I'd actually ordered new drawer pulls because the pulls that were on those were in pretty rough shape. I've had those for a year and a half. So we'll get those put on there and get these cabinets over here. And that's going to give me a lot more storage space for tools and stuff, and be very good to help me get some things further organized in the shop. I'm really excited about it. So as crazy as it sounds, I mean, it took me pretty much a day and a half just to clean all this stuff up. I had to take everything off. We moved a lot of stuff around, did the carpentry work, had to paint, and started the process of getting the cabinet put back in. I've still got work to do on this with these 2 cabinets, but I'm really excited about this. Basically, when I get through, this whole wall in my shop going all the way down is going to pretty much all be cabinets, tool cabinets and storage, and give me a lot of places and storage places to put stuff. I don't know how quickly I'll do it, but at some point in time, I'll probably get a cabinet. I'll take that shelf out and put a cabinet in here as well. When I'll have to go buy one. I have to find one that fits and go buy that. But at some point in time, I'll probably do that as well. But again, this is something that has been on my to-do list for a year and a half, and I just haven't had time to do it. All these things, it takes time to come in here and do this stuff, and I just haven't stopped to take a lot of the time that I really needed to do to help get my shop organized like it needs to be. And this little work weekend really kind of gave me the excuse I needed to do some of this stuff. So anyway, this got this knocked out as well. So in the process of all my cleaning and stuff, I really took the time to kind of clean my workbench up back here. It's kind of gotten cluttered up again a little bit, but trust me, it's way better than it was. I also, while I had some paint left over. We had to buy some paint to paint the cabinets over there. I've matched the same color that I had done this before, and I put a fresh coat of paint on my workbench here. This is where I do a lot of my filming at. Whenever I originally did this, I kind of picked this gray color because it was a little bit of a neutral color. It was easy to film against it. It gave a nice contrast for when I was working on projects. It made filming nice, but Over the 6 or 7 years that I've been using this bench, it had gotten much darker than this, mostly from just staining and grease and whatever, do a lot of work on it. So we cleaned it and painted it. So I've got a lighter color of gray back on here again. Again, back to that original color that it was, and the same color that my workbenches over there are painted nice and fresh as well. So another thing to do. And you can kind of see behind me here, this is my main work area, and this is more the tool cabinets. You see the wooden machinist boxes and some of the other tool boxes, and you really can't see it in the frame, but that area that I was just at with the new benches pretty much just kind of goes straight down this wall. So when I get through, I'm going to have a 40-foot wall in here that's just full of cabinets and storage and workbench space that's going to really be nice to work on projects with. So again, just a few more of the things that we got knocked out over that long 4th of July weekend. 2 of the days, again, had a big crowd here, and then a day and a half, it was just Don and myself working out here, but really got a lot of stuff knocked out. I'm very excited. So now that I've got this done, the shop is in great shape. We're kind of ready to go back to work, get back on projects, get back to doing some machining. And while we're talking, what have we got coming up? Obviously, the Jimmy DiResta bandsaw project is kind of at the top of my list of some things of what I want to get done and out of the shop. So, we're getting really close to having that thing finished, and I'm ready to send it on up the road to Jimmy DiResta and kind of be able to get started on the next couple of projects that we got going on. Ongoing projects that we've got going on. I've got some cane mills that I just got some castings back from Clark Easterling over here that I need to finish up those cane mills. So that's another thing. They're kind of already probably halfway done. Just need to kind of finish those up. So we're going to probably get those knocked out pretty quick too. Cane mills. The 10EE project, again, as I have time, I'll work on the electronics and stuff and kind of get it moving down the road. My second 10EE, actually, I sent off the base and the bed to get painted from someone. He was a viewer, kind of volunteered to do that, to do the body work and everything. He's told me he's got that stuff almost finished, so that's going to be coming back into the shop soon. Probably get the first one done before we start tackling the second one. I've got the hydraulic press. That's kind of a priority. I need that press. I've got some jobs for that press, so you're going to probably see that worked into the queue pretty quickly. People have been asking about the steam stoker engine, and I think I have mentioned this in a couple of videos, but I keep getting questions about it, so I'll mention it again. Guys, that project has been on hold for a while now because I had to send the crankshaft off to have it redone. It had to be built up and ground back down. And the shop that was doing that, the gentleman that was doing that for several reasons, had some health issues around COVID that really kind of had him out of the shop for an extended period of time. He's way behind on work. He's trying to get that done, hopefully be getting it back soon. And I need to get that stoker engine finished up, but I really kind of need that crankshaft to really kind of get moving back on that. But we're going to be getting back on that project soon. I've got some more cane mills that need to be worked in, but they're a little bit different than the ones we have done before. These are some power mills, some horizontal cane mills. We've got some really interesting ones. I got to get those in, break those down, start working on those. And I don't know, what else have I got? I'm looking over on my list. I mean, that's kind of the big projects that's kind of coming up soon. I know some of you guys have been asking about my Kearney Trucker 2D rotary mill, wanting to get an update on it. And have put together a lot of stuff for that thing. I just haven't had the time to get in there and put up together a video on that. That's something else I need to get done. Anyway, no shortage of projects to do. So hopefully there's going to be some interesting things that some of you guys will really enjoy. And I typically am working on multiple projects at any given time. So you'll kind of see a mix and match of things as we go forward. The capstan for the Tally-Ho, I got to get to work on that too. That's another one that I've actually had to We're having the top recast. I'm working on getting a pattern done for it right now. Dave Clark, who's a pattern maker, YouTube pattern maker, he's going to be building a pattern for that. We'll be sending that over to Clark Easterling at Windy Hill Foundry. And there's some other work that needs to be done to that capstan. So that's going to be also in the upcoming short term of some projects that we have going on out here. So with that, I've been rambling along. I know there wasn't any work done in this video, but there was a lot of work done behind the scenes that I'm telling you guys about. And let me just, first off, if I haven't already said it, big, huge thank you to everybody that came out and helped. I'm always amazed when people come out here and they're, you know, they come to work and they pitch in and they do. We had some dirty jobs and people just jumped in there and got it done. We had some monotonous jobs with all that sorting and people just jumped in there and got it done. I cannot thank you guys enough because even though there's not any real video content to show you guys, the work that was done over that weekend was probably a month. It would have taken me a month to do the work that we got done in 2 days because we had so many people here pitching in and helping. And I cannot thank you guys enough for that. Huge help out here. And I really probably need to do more of these events in the future. So guys, with that, that's enough rambling. I'm going to shut up and we're going to actually hopefully be back out here in the shop this weekend after this video post. And I've got a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to be starting to work on and getting more video content out there for you guys to see. So with that, we'll sign off. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Those thumbs up and comments are always greatly appreciated. Hit that bell icon up there to get notifications when new videos are posted. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, a big, huge thank you to the supporters of the site who support financially through Patreon and PayPal. Very much greatly appreciate it. You guys really allow me to take the time to shoot these videos and get stuff out for you guys to see. And I couldn't do what I do without your help. With that, we'll sign off. We'll catch you on the next video and catch you next time. Thanks.